You know that voice in your head? The one that narrates your life, critiques your every move, and sometimes tells you you're not good enough? That voice is always there. And here's what most people don't realise. That voice isn't you. It's just a pattern, a mental loop built over years from your upbringing, your environment, your experiences. But the kicker? That voice also holds the key to your future. Because once you learn to listen to it consciously and then redirect it deliberately, it becomes one of your greatest tools for growth. This is the science of inner dialogue. Psychologists call it self-talk, and research shows that it directly affects your behaviour, your motivation, your performance, even your body. In one study, athletes who used positive instructional self-talk performed significantly better under pressure than those who didn't. Not because they were more talented, but because they were more mentally aligned. Their internal coach, not critic, was in charge. And it's not just sports. Whether you're negotiating a deal, building a business, giving a talk, or recovering from failure, your internal dialogue is either setting you up to succeed or sabotaging you before you've even begun. Here's the wild part. The brain doesn't actually distinguish much between inner conversations and outer ones. So if you keep saying things like, "I always mess this up," or "I'm not the type of person who can do this," your brain starts wiring those thoughts as truths. You're literally training yourself to underperform. But change the script and you change your life. Take it from Virgil Abloh, the visionary designer behind Off-White and Louis Vuitton. The biggest message is control your narrative. You're the only one who can tell your story. He didn't just reimagine fashion, he reimagined himself. A black engineer from Illinois who decided he could enter a closed elite fashion world. And he did through belief and bold inner dialogue. Or listen to neuropsychologist Dr. Ethan Kross, who studied this deeply. He found that simply using your own name when talking to yourself can shift you out of an emotional spiral and into rational problem solving. So instead of "I can't do this," you say, "Rakesh, you've handled worse, you've got this." It creates psychological distance, like you're coaching a friend, and it works. But here's the real test. What do you say to yourself when no one's watching? When it's dark, when you've failed, when you're doubting every move? That's when most people give in to the inner bully. But if you can become the voice that says, "I'm learning, this is part of the process, it's hard but I'm growing," you can start building a mental environment where resilience, focus and courage thrive. Kanye West, controversial as he may be, once said, "I refuse to follow the rules where society tries to control people with low self-esteem. I will not be a slave to my own insecurity." That's the energy, not letting your inner voice shrink you down to society's expectations, not letting doubt narrate your destiny. Now, I'm not saying ignore your inner critic. I'm saying get curious about it. Is it your voice or is it your father's, your teacher's, the one boss who made you feel small? You don't have to listen to all of it. You get to edit the script. Like any script, it takes practice. Start small. Catch the negative self-talk in real time. Swap "I can't" for "I'm learning to." Speak to yourself like someone you deeply care about, because success isn't just about strategy. It's about your inner story. And here's the final truth. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, your inner voice has to become your greatest ally, not your harshest judge. So the next time that voice whispers, "You're not ready," whisper back, "Watch me." If this resonated with you, leave a comment below. What's one phrase you say to yourself daily that lifts you up? Even in the hard moments, let's learn from each other. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because this channel is all about upgrading the stories you tell yourself so you can upgrade your life. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rakesh Rana, the Clear Coach.